Hey guys, Scorpison here. Today we're going to be reviewing the Ancient Italian Tarot published by Lo Scarabeo. This is an exciting deck, especially if you're into vintage and historical tarot styles. I've got a lot to say, so with limited time in mind, let's get into it. Now let's talk about the box quality. Here's where things get a little disappointing, guys. It feels more like what you'd expect from a standard pack of playing cards. It's thin, it's not really sturdy, and if you plan on using this deck regularly, you're gonna need a separate box or pouch to keep it safe. There are handmade versions from an Italian tarot company named Il Meninghello Edizioni, if I'm saying it right. You'll get the quality you're looking for, but you expect a more premium pay for sure. Moving on to the back of the cards, I do have to hold them in a specific way so the light isn't so intense on them. You can see the simple pattern that complements the overall theme of the deck. It's not my favorite, I'll be honest. It's more lush with the light when I'm casting on it. In muted light, it kind of feels dull. The cardstock, it's on the thinner side, which makes shuffling easy at least, but might not hold up for intense everyday use. If you're a collector, this is fine, but if you're like a daily reader, just maybe try to handle with care, or maybe even consider investing in the handmade ones. Now, I was gonna do a quick flip through of the major arcana, like I did in my last video, but I accidentally shuffled it, like not very well. So I shuffled it, but I accidentally shuffled it once absent-mindedly before putting it back. So I didn't realize that until I got to this part of the video. So I'm just gonna go through some of the cards, and then after that, segue like I do. I really appreciate this artistic approach here, guys. It gives the deck an almost antique quality, perfect for readings like historical or ancestral insight as well. But if you're really an advanced reader, I would say this deck is a little bit more geared for you. Yes, the original arcana are very telling, but when you start getting into the minor arcana, I feel like that's where you have to really draw either from your intuition or from your original knowledge of the RWS. For me, I've kind of developed my at least my beginner way of doing it, so I can actually read this deck with no problem. But I feel like if you're a really beginner, I wouldn't recommend it totally, just because when you get to the major arcana, it's very subtle. Sometimes you can't even tell the difference between the wands and the short swords, because like there's wood in it, but then there's also a sword in it, so it's just like it. I highly recommend that if this for like maybe intermediate readers to advanced readers. There's La Fonte de Denari, which is sorry for my pronunciation, guys. This is the Page of Pentacles. Then we have the King of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. We have the Star here, which is like they really outdid themselves here, guys. I think it gives this is so unique, not just in the fact that you have to pull from your memory for the minor arcana, but overall, when you're doing readings, I think the result would be different in this deck rather than your RWS, just because the imagery is so impactful that it almost influences the reading in a way. Um, like there's the star, there's the moon, and then here we have the sun, and it's like it's almost the symbol of the lovers. And like I didn't like that in my Before Tarot by Corinne Kenner video, but for this one, guys, it just makes sense. Like it's almost like it's a mixture of almost all the suits. I see like the 10 of Pentacles in it, but I also see the 10 of Cups in it as well. It's just it's there's so many influences that can impact this reading, unlike what you would get from the original RWS, that for me it can't be ignored, and that's something I really want to highlight. The colors are muted but lush at the same time. Again, in Mundo, greatly appreciated. um it's just, I don't know, this is a special deck. I'm willing to compromise with the back of the cards just because I've done a few readings with this and it has not failed me yet. So this is why I would highly recommend it. Alright guys, I'm going to wrap the video up here. What do you guys think of this deck? Would it make it into your collection or your reading rotation? Drop your thoughts below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more tarot reviews and mystical content. Stay magical, my friends.